Hello, hello, my friends. All right. Hello, hello. So hang tight. Just want to make sure it's working. Then we will get started on today's trick or treats. And our fun little subject today is about your homes and how to clear the energy in your homes. Let me share this link here too. Hold on. Say hello in the comments, my friends. Oops. Hold on. All right. I am definitely feeling better than last week. Thank you, Jen. I'm getting there. A little bit slow, but getting there. But yeah, definitely better than last week. I did not feel well last week, so I am glad I took some time off. Got to spend some time with my friends and all that good stuff. So tomorrow I actually will not be on live here because I have our lunchtime fun time where I do readings and stuff for the people in Spirit School. So the Spirit School members, you'll meet me on a Zoom privately. So I will be back here live on Wednesday at noon. But just FYI, I will not be here tomorrow at noon. And I'm still making sure I keep my voice, or I would do it like tomorrow at a different time. But I think I'm just going to skip one more day, save my voice, let it heal itself, and then we'll get back on track for the rest of the week. Yeah, it's annoying when you don't feel well. So irritating. But as soon as I started moving people and canceling and kind of shifting things, I was in bed at 8 o'clock. I was tired. I did not feel well. So just even getting some extra rest was really, really helpful. Yeah, sending you lots of love, Kathy. We've got you in our hearts, girly. Yep, sometimes you just got to take care of yourself. All right, so a couple announcements. So I got a few things to talk about today. So first of all, I won't be here live tomorrow because I'm going to be live in Spirit School. Doors are still open for Spirit School. Of course, come join us if you are guided. They will be closing soon, so get your butt signed up for that. Also, I have just put out, I do a holiday offer. I do a few different specials during the holidays, but one of the ones that I need a little extra time to work on is my word of the year and power animal of the year. So we just put that out this morning. Spirit School people got a little sneak peek of it first, and then it is up in the comments. So that's a fun service. It's a really cool gift for yourself for the holidays. What I do is I get a word for you from Spirit. We added power animals on last year, which was really super fun. And then I do a recorded reading for you on what I feel coming up, or maybe stuff you want to work on, or things that are coming through from Spirit. So you also get a personal recording. They are limited. I can only do so many. So they are limited in space. So if you want one, grab one. But I just put that up. Also, I still have a couple spots left. I'm doing a Sedona trip in the end of February. So if that is something that you are interested in, I have a couple spots left. Go ahead and private message me or email me, just jody@jodyharvilla.com if you want the details on that, because I'm taking just a small group, which is always fun. I love Sedona. I love Sedona. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, so we have a lot of stuff going on. But 'tis the season. I love to have lots of work going into the winter time. I like to take a little time off in the summertime. So I like to work a lot in the wintertime. And so if you guys are interested or have questions on any of those things, make sure you let me know. Okay. Keep me posted. Okay. So how many of you, either whether you're watching the replay, I know there's a ton of people that keep watching the replays, or that are live, how many of you do some kind of clearing the energy in your homes? How many of you take a little time and do that? Because we are in a full, that's the other piece, we're in a full moon this week. And so I also, you can check it out on my website. I do a full moon clearing every single month, a group clearing, and it's awesome. I love doing it. And so that is going on Thursday night at 7. So you can also take a peek at that. So we just got all sorts of stuff, depending what you want to do. But it's a full moon week. And so this is a great week to talk about clearing the energy in your spaces, whether it's your office, whether it's your home, whether it's like my she shed, even your vehicles. Although you guys be very mindful if you sage your vehicles, because it stinks when you do it. I saged the shit out of my car one time, and I did the inside, and it smelled like I smoked weed for months. It was awful. So be really light when you clear the inside of your car, or use holy water, use a space spray, use something different. Okay. All right. So a couple of you answered. How many of you actually clear your house? Kathy said not enough. Tina said she clears her house, but not regularly. Try to clear your property. Yes, yes. Okay. So that's usually what I hear is people clear their space, but they don't do it consistently. And I do think that's a piece of it. Just like clearing our physical energy and our bodies, I think clearing our spaces is just as important. It's why I use the moon all the time, you guys. It's the easiest way to do it. You set an alarm on your phone and it says full moon week, clear your house. So I actually work with the moons. A lot of times I clear my spaces a lot because of the work that I do. And people don't usually connect with me because everything's great. Right? Like they connect to me because they're challenged and things are going on and all that kind of stuff. And so when I clear, I do mostly remote clearings now in people's homes, but I like to have like a 2-week window because I usually can have it fall between the new moon and the full moon. And I love doing it that way because I like to harness the energy of the moon energy when I do my clearings for people in their homes or offices. I actually clear a lot of businesses. That actually was surprising to me, but I have a lot of people that I clear businesses for, and it's really fun. Actually, I love to do that. But saging, space spray, incense, holy water, music, prayer, like just channeling love out of your heart, like all of that kind of stuff works. And I think if you put some intention into it and some consistency, it's easier to maintain your own energy. If your space is shitty, like it's harder for you to hold your own energy. Does that make sense? Like if you don't clear, if you're an energy sensitive person and you don't clear your body, you don't clear your energy, you don't move your emotions, you don't do any of that stuff, you're going to not feel as good as if you have a practice to clear that energy. Same with your home. I can always tell when my home needs to be cleared because it's messy. And I'm kind of messy and I kind of have piles of stuff anyways. And so clearing my house and saging the house and stuff like that, to me, that's just part of my routine. Just like brushing my teeth, vacuuming, cleaning the bathrooms, clear my house. So a lot of times I will do all those things kind of in a couple days right before the full moon, because the full moon is about what do you want to release. And whether it's still energy, maybe the house, maybe you've been having arguments, maybe you've been sick, like I've been sick. And so I've been doing a lot of simmer pots. I actually really like doing simmer pots. That's one of my favorite things to do. I don't do them as much in the summertime, but I do them a lot in the fall and the winter because I have a big pot on my stove and I can put some cinnamon and cloves and lemons and oranges and like all the good smelly stuff. And I put them on and then it brings some humidity because it gets really dry here. But it also is that beautiful scent. And I think that's really helpful in keeping your house. Just don't burn your house down and don't forget about it. One of the things I actually started doing, don't know, maybe a couple years ago, I actually started to do it in a crock pot because I didn't want to forget on the stove. I get busy, so I forget things. And so I didn't want to forget it boiling on the stove because I did that once and it was awful. And so I put it in a crock pot and then I just put it on for the whole day. And then my crock pot automatically shuts off. So that's another idea for you as well. But I feel like when you clear your house, it opens up space and it opens up opportunity to for spirit to come in a place that maybe you haven't done before. So a lot of people think a lot when they go to bed, and they worry a lot when they go to bed. They can't sleep well. They wake up in the middle of the night. They got the whole thing going. Oftentimes you need to clear your space. And so if you don't like sage, not everyone likes sage. Find a different way. Some people actually really like Palo Santo. I love the smell of it, but it gives me a migraine. So I like immediately, like within a minute, I get a migraine. So I personally can't use Palo Santo, but a lot of people love it. Or different incense, or a candle, or holy water works. I'm not religious. I'm not a churchy girl, but holy water works. So a lot of times I'll send people to the Catholic Church. You can go get some holy water. You can even add some oils into it, essential oils. Holy water works. I also think that different people, like I have my Naughty Spirit spray. I actually have another one out here I was going to show you. Maybe I took it into the house. It's another one that I actually really like the smell of. It cleaned my office. Now I don't know where anything is. I don't know where I put it. Anyways, room sprays. You can do stuff like that. You can use music. I actually have a lot of clients that love just to dance around, and they turn the music up and they put their favorite songs on and they just open the windows. I am a big believer of opening the windows. Even something as simple as opening the windows, opening the doors, vacuum your house. I think there's magical energy in vacuums. You can put a little bit of essential oil on your vacuums, and that's nice because it spreads it around the house. I think washing sheets. I think getting fresh jammies. We were laughing in the Camino because the one day I wasn't feeling very well. I took my clothes and I took Nikki's clothes because I stayed back and I was washing our clothes for us. And she said, "Oh my God, do you know how great it was to put clean pajamas on?" You know, because we didn't get to wash clothes for a week or so. And so clean jammies is always a treat, right? That kind of stuff. Pamela asks, is there a valid site online to get holy water? I have no idea. I do not know. I would call a Catholic church and ask, or if I have any Catholic people that know, or maybe one of the churches could deliver some to you, if they had volunteers that kind of help people out. That is a good question, Pam. I don't know. We'll see if anyone that's watching knows. So keep an eye on the comments. I don't know, because you'd want it to come from the church. And it's free. Like you can just walk into the Catholic Church and get some. I don't know. That's a great question. But maybe if like you can't get to the church or you're not able to physically, they may have someone, maybe that they have a member that lives close to you or something where they could bring it. Yep, you can always bless your own water. I've done that. You boil it. If you want to, you can put essential oils in it. You can bless it yourself. But I do like, I've used holy water before to clear some really heavy energy. So that's why I like it. Oh, the church janitor. That's funny. Yeah, holy water is great, you guys. It works. You can also use green fire. So when you do green fire, please don't burn your houses down. So what a lot of us do that use green fire is we get a big pot, like a huge, like a spaghetti pot, and you do a little bit of Epsom salts, like this much, and then you put a little hole in it and you put some rubbing alcohol in it. And when you light it on fire, it's green, and you set the intention for that green fire to clear your space. So it's also calling in like Archangel Raphael, and I always call in all the angels. And a lot of people will put the pot in their tub just for fire safety. And then as it burns out, it really clears the space. So a lot of times I will use that if there's been a death in the house, if there's been a suicide in the house. I will do green fire. I've done green fire at my camper. I've done green fire in my own home, in the office, because there's something, it just purifies everything. I like to go room to room with it. But again, don't burn your house down. Don't do that. And don't say that I told you to use green fire and burn your house down. Don't do that. So if you want to do green fire, I love doing that. You might, like, I have a certain pot. I don't cook in it. I don't use it except for green fire. Okay. So if you want to do green fire, you can do that. And I think that is a great new start kind of thing as well. Yep, you just create your own, Kathy. If you have something with something that I say and it doesn't sit right, then that is not the clearing option for you. You guys got to go with what works for you. If you don't like perfumey things, incense isn't going to be the way you clear your house. If you don't like the smell of sage, you're not going to use sage to clear your house. It's not going to feel good to you. So one of the biggest things about everything that I teach is that you have a choice whether it sits right with you or not. And if it doesn't, don't do it. It's very easy. Just don't do it. Some people do incense and some people do essential oils. I have friends that hate essential oils. I have a girlfriend that she hates clove. And I put it in all my stuff because I love it. And so when she's coming over, I'm like, yeah, I did clove today. And she's like, oh, I hate clove. It's just her opinion. She doesn't like it. So don't do it. I would never tell someone to clear their house in a way that doesn't feel good to them. Why? It doesn't make sense. So just remember, you guys always have a choice what works and what doesn't work. Okay. Let me get rid of this spammer chick. See, that shitty energy just brings in the spammer people. Hold on. I mean, blocker. There we go. Let me delete. I will never, ever, ever tell you that I have something for you and you should pay me for a reading. All these people that come on when we're doing these lives, they do not belong to us. We don't know them. They are spammers. Do not give them money. If you see some page that kind of looks like me but doesn't really sound like me, it's probably spam. Report it, because we can't keep up with it. So just be mindful of that kind of stuff. Like Sunny's had people redo her page and then people have actually sent them money and then they call her for the reading and she's like, I would never reach out to you that way. So we don't do that. Okay. All right. Great question. So Tina said, when you clear your house with sage, do you need to fill the space back up with an essential oil or something? For sure, I bring in the light. I think light is great for everything to fill back in because it's easy. You can just picture it. You can call it in from the highest light. You can call in that pure light, that divine light. A lot of times I will just use light to fill in my space. Like this morning, we did our Monday morning meditation in Spirit School, and we were filling up with light. So I think light is probably the easiest and it's free. So that works. You absolutely can fill it in with essential oils if you like that. You can fill it in with music. You can fill it in with anything that feels good to you. So some people like to spray perfume. Some people like to light a candle. Some people like to open the windows and let the wind, like on windy days, I always have my windows open. It drives Eli absolutely crazy. But when I clear the house, I always open the windows. I open my windows probably every day, either in my she shed and in my house. I almost always open, even in 30 below weather, I will always open my windows because I think it lets the stale air out and it brings in the new energy. And I like to have that nature kind of feel in my space. So I'm a big believer in open, and you don't have to leave them open all day. You can just open them for a few minutes and like feel the energy move in your house or feel it in your body. A lot of people really get so annoyed with the wind, but when it's windy out, I actually go outside. I went for a walk the other day. It was super windy here because it just blows everything out of your energy. And if you have a headache and it's windy outside, go outside and let the wind take your headache away. Because that's what nature's doing. It's clearing energy. If it's raining out, open your windows. If it's thundering out, open your windows. That kind of energy really brings in a really fun, clear, clean vibe. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it. Some people will put essential oils in their cleaning stuff, and that's how they clear their house. I actually like, I took that inside too. I actually like the thieves cleaner. Not everyone likes that, which is fine. I love that. And that to me is like clearing the surfaces of my house. So I use that a lot too. So it just depends what feels good to you. Now, if you need a deeper clearing, like maybe you have had some death and you have had illnesses or things are just not going well, or something feels off energetically and you don't really know what it is, and it doesn't feel surface. Maybe it's more, it feels like internal in the house or in the land. That's the kind of clearance that I do. So maybe there's something that happened on the land, or maybe there's just some really still energy. I have a lot of real estate agents that use me to clear their houses that they're trying to sell. And a lot of times it's really helpful. Not every time, but a lot of times. And so when I clear houses, I go deeper. I'm not just doing surface. Like I don't sage people's houses. That's not part of my clearing. The clearings that I do are looking at the emotional, the physical, the ground, what's going on with the spirit of the house, what's going on within the house and in the walls and in the plumbing and in the dirt and in the yard. Like I look at everything. And so that's a deeper clearing. Again, great week to have that done. If it's something you have questions on, let me know for sure. Connect with me. But you guys there's so many tools out there to clear houses now. You can use crystals, of course. You can use, a lot of people like to use salt in different bowls and things like that. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Oh, that's interesting, Tina. So she said her niece would clear her daughter's bedroom, and every time she did it, her niece would have a nightmare that night. I wonder what she was doing with the clearing or what she was saying, or like I would need to know a whole bunch more information to tune into what's going on there. Sometimes what she might have also been doing is clearing the space out for whatever the daughter's holding on to, and it would come out in her dreams. Because a lot of people will have nightmares. Like I am not a nightmare girl, but if there's a lot of stress going on, or I'm really anxious about something, or it's just like right before the Camino, I was having nightmares, and I'm like, I haven't had nightmares for years because I'm not a nightmare girl, but sometimes nightmares are actually clearing the energy. So she might have been clearing her space enough for whatever your niece was holding on to for it to make its way out in her sleep instead of coming out in her wake time. But like I said, I would have questions on that one to see, but it might have just helped her move some energy. Because sometimes if it's coming out in your dreams, it's because maybe you're not doing it in your wake time. You know, a lot of people, we teach a lot of tools to move energy and to move emotions, and people don't do them, and then you get full. It's going to come out one way or another. So you can help it, or you can shove it. So we don't like shoving. We like to move it. And it's not comfortable to have your emotions come out. It's just not, at least for most people. And so when we're moving energy, like one of the things I always tell people when I'm like, if I'm talking to the wife of the house, I'm like, okay, listen, like this is short-lived, but a lot of times when I clear houses, the husbands get the shits and they have no idea the house is being cleared. They have no idea what I'm doing. It just happens. It doesn't last long. They get super crabby. They run to the restroom and then they're over it. And it just cracks me up every time because the wives are like, oh my God, that totally happened. I'm like, I know, it just happens. It's just their way to clear shit out of the way, literally. So there's lots of different things. A lot of people feel really good right after clearing. Some people get emotional. And some people have. I had one client, she was so fun. She was a friend too, but she was a client. And I cleared her house and she called me, or she texted me, or her husband texted me, one of the two. And they're like, did you do this backwards? Like, we're all in tears. And they were just a family that didn't express their emotions. And so then I moved a lot of the energy out of the way that was really kind of holding them. It was just holding them, like everything was being held in. And so then they were able to release it, and they did not like it. But like a day later, they felt great because it moved. So sometimes it comes up to come out, especially if you're a holder. So it's why we teach so much of this energy work, because it's supposed to move. Our energy isn't supposed to stay still. And we're not supposed to be happy all the time. You know, a lot of people teach everything's unicorns and rainbows. And if you say it positive enough, it is positive enough. And I do believe in that to a point, but I also have emotions. So a lot of times those emotions come up and come out. And I think our houses sometimes absorb them. You know, like I can pick up stuff in houses that aren't even from your family, but it might be from a past family. Like there was this house that I cleared. Everyone that moved in there, every couple that moved in there got divorced, every single one. And for like 7 owners back. And so this house kind of took on this energy of being like a divorce house. And the house didn't want to keep that. It wanted a family. And the woman that was moving out had gotten divorced. And she's like, I just know this house doesn't want a single woman in it. Like, it wants a family. And so I did my clearing on it and stuff. And the family that moved in there is still in there. And so sometimes our homes hold on to energy. Like our house was so fascinating because we knew something was off in this house, and we had a ghost in the house, and we had visions in this house and different things like that had happened that really were a sign of abuse and yelling and addiction and things like that. And we actually got the son to come back. We didn't know him, but he stopped by one time and told Eli all of this stuff that had happened in the house. And Eli's like, all this shit that we have felt, like he told me the story of how it all happened. And the house wanted that energy out. It was trying to get our attention to clear the energy. So a lot of people meet me and they don't know why they meet me. They're like, oh, I don't know, I'm just not into this stuff. And I'm like, whatever. But then they call me because their house needs to be cleared. So it's a powerful thing to do to clear the energy of your house. Highly recommend it. I think everyone should do it. I'm a big believer in clearing your house. So if you guys get where your house doesn't feel great, do the tools that you have access to. Okay. Do the green fire, call in the angels, play the music, do the incense, do the clearing spray, do the sage, whatever you're guided to. And then if it still feels off, maybe then it's a time to come and chat with me, see what the clearings are all about, and go a little deeper with it, because sometimes it's helping you move past a big kind of just a big step in your life, or it's just something that you need some support. And a lot of times I'm clearing the house, but I know I'm clearing the person, because a lot of times they're kind of in a time in their life where things are meant to go in a different direction, and they just need a little support to get there. Okay. Very seldom, I get this question a lot, but very seldom do people really have spirits in their house. Yes, I've cleared that and done that, but a lot of times it is very much your loved ones and your angels and your guides and your team just trying to get your attention to say, hey, we're here. Hello, we gotcha. Very seldom is it a spirit, which I always thought was fascinating. I thought that was really, really interesting. Okay. What questions do you guys have about your homes or clearing your homes? It would be fun to do it in person with you, Pam. You would love it. I do remote clearing. So no matter where you live in the world, I can always clear remote. I get that question a lot, and it is fun if you're local for me to be able to do it in person for sure. And if I have enough people that want their homes cleared in your area, I do travel. I've done that before too. It's fun. It's really fun actually to do it in person. I do like the extra time I get with the house when I do it remote. I really started to do remote, of course, during COVID, and I found I really liked it because I had a little extra time with the house. I like both choices, though. I like both choices, but sometimes I like the remote a little bit better because I get more time with the space, and it's kind of fun for me. All right. Any questions about some basic things around clearing your space? So when I sage my house or I clear my house, I usually I open everything up, and then I usually start in the lowest level and work my way up. I think I would also tell you use your own guidance. If you're supposed to maybe start in your bedroom and work your way down, do it. I don't think there's any hard fast rules. Now other teachers would teach hard fast rules. I don't. I go by my intuition. So if I'm really guided, sometimes I am guided to start upstairs and then end downstairs. I actually will go, usually I start in the lowest level in our basement. I do the main floor, I do upstairs, and then I'll usually go out my side door and I'll do the garage, I'll do my vehicle, I'll come back, do the she shed, and then I'll go around the house, and then I will end in the front of the house. So then everything is cleared. That's usually how I do it. Some people are guided to start outside and then go inside. To me, that doesn't feel right. So for me, so I start inside and then end up outside. And I put my sage out in the dirt, which for whatever reason also feels right for me. Okay. No questions, you guys. If you're watching the replay and you have questions, make sure that you put it down here. Okay. Because I will make sure to watch everything that's going on here. Okay. So clear your space this week. We have a full moon on Thursday night. Which means a lot of you are already feeling that full moon energy. I already didn't sleep last night. I don't sleep that much during the full moons. But I usually feel the energy before the full moon, and then mine usually calms down right after. But I have lots of clients that feel the full moon, up to 3 or 4 days after the full moon too. So if you are interested in the full moon ritual that we do, definitely check that out. Spirit School is open. Sedona, let me know if you're interested. But this week, one of your trick and treat challenges is I definitely want you to try to clear your house in some way. See what you're guided to do, and then sit with your house before you do it, clear it, and then sit with your house after you clear it and see how much better you feel. Okay. All right, friends, I'm off. I got appointment at 1 o'clock. I got to get ready for, and I will be back here live at noon on Wednesday. Okay. No live tomorrow, but on Wednesday at noon, I will be back. Okay. All right, friends. See you on the people that are watching the replay. Hello, and definitely put some questions down if you have some. Okay, guys. See ya.